So just know that everything is okay. Everything is on schedule, and find your balance somehow, whether it's a bath or a nap or spending time with someone who lifts you up, or as simple as something you want to eat. Nurture yourself during this time and realize that you're not crazy. These things are really swirling around in the collective. There's a lot of people who are being affected by these energies now, and some people are having to confront things within themselves for the very first time that they've never ever processed or looked at. So they have unprocessed fears, unprocessed emotions, maybe traumatic events that they haven't made peace with, things like that. So when these energies come in, they're really pushing out anything lower, okay? All lower energies, everything that cannot vibrate at a fifth dimensional frequency, it has to go if it's going to be a part of this earth. And that includes nature. That's why we have a lot of the natural disasters. That's Gaia, or Earth, cleansing herself and increasing her frequency. Excuse me. So, it's the same way with us, because everything's energy and we're all one, we're all connected. So we're also having emotions come up, and things come up out of us, like a detox, so it's both like physical, it's emotional, it's psychological, anything that does not vibrate at a fifth dimensional frequency, anything ego-based, fear-based, hate-based, all of these things have to go so we can return to oneness again. So it's not a pleasant process. We didn't come because we thought, I don't think anyways, that we thought the process was going to be super fun. I think we all knew the level of difficulty. Maybe we didn't realize it fully until we were in a physical body, but I think we pretty much knew it was going to be pretty gnarly. But I think that the reward, we knew what we could achieve. We knew we could ascend this planet to the new earth, into a fifth dimensional reality with a portion of human beings. And the beauty of that, once that transpires, rather it is transpiring, but once we have a final shift into that reality, it's going to be just pure heaven on earth. That's why we came, and we knew that we could accomplish this. So that's what you have to kind of focus on sometimes. Focus on love. I just say focus on love, because when you're in that vibration of love, nothing can affect you. Nothing is real except for love anyways. So don't spend time in the illusion. I know it's easier said than done, especially like if there's someone that is toxic to you and you have to be around them, and it's really, really hard to feel love for them. I'm not saying you have to feel love for every person. I'm saying that you can focus on something you do love, and that will help you to get in that higher vibration. So, like a lot of times I will focus on my dogs. One's laying right beside me now. They're such a source of unconditional love for me, and they really open up my heart space, and they make me feel very open and giving and receiving love very openly. So I focus on them quite a bit when I need to get into that space. But really, like I don't know if you guys have heard of Abraham Hicks. Esther Hicks is a channeler of an entity called Abraham. You can look her up on her and him, because Abraham's a male, but you can look them up on YouTube and read some of their teachings about the law of attraction. But they talk about, you are love. Okay, I am love. You are love. That is all that we are. We're like, just close your eyes for a minute, okay? Forget everything physical. Forget all of that. Just close your eyes and feel love. And you'll feel like this whole, like, you'll feel like your whole being is sort of like lifting, and it's warmth, and it's tingly, and it's peace, and that is our true nature. That is what God is, what we are, okay? That is what is real. And you have to tap into that feeling inside of you, because that's your true self, okay? That is your true self. And it's like Abraham Hicks said once, we use things, external things, as an excuse to feel good, to feel that love that we are. So it's like, I don't need to look at my dogs to feel love, because I am love. But sometimes I have a hard time getting into that true space of who I am because of stuff that's going on, and maybe negative thoughts in my head, or some, distractions or something. And so when I think about my dogs, or I look at their picture, that is giving me an excuse to return to feeling the love that I already am. Does that make sense? And I think she used the example of one day she was like looking at a beautiful scene. I think it was like an ocean scene with a sunrise, I think from her house. And she was saying, how she started to feel. And then Abraham explained to her that she was using the scene as an excuse to feel good, to feel the love that she already was. So that's kind of deep, guys. Like, I've really been thinking about that since I heard that, and I think it requires a little bit of thought. It's worth thinking about, because I think if you really process that and integrate that, you will realize how beautiful that is. That we don't need, we technically don't need any excuse to feel love, because we are love. And what we're really looking for is that connection with our true self, okay, with our spirit, with our higher self. And once we have that, we don't need external excuses to feel love and to feel whole. So that changes everything. You see, like when people are trying to find someone else to love, they're wanting to feel their true self. Isn't that kind of sad? But it's also beautiful to know that they don't really need to find anyone except for their true self, to connect to their true self, to that source of love within. And then they won't be seeking outside of themselves for it. And again, it's easier said than done. It's definitely a process, and it requires some deep work. It requires some self-honesty and some self-reflection. And that's why there's not a lot of people who have gotten to that place. But I feel that I have gotten to that place. I've loved people deeply, but it's nothing compared to the love that I'm able to give myself, and that wellspring of divine energy that is running through me. And when I tap into that, I don't feel that I need anyone. And then it's just pure. That's what unconditional is. I'm not using anyone else as my condition to feel a certain way. Do you see what I mean? It's unconditional, because I don't need anyone to make me feel loved, because I feel love. I am love, and I know that I am love, and I feel that love inside of me. And so you take all the pressure off the people around you to be these things for you, so that you can feel good about yourself. That's, think about it. We just want to feel good about ourselves. And unfortunately, if we're hurting, if we're not taking that time to connect to our true self and give ourselves that love, then it gets really, we can be manipulative, or, do things that aren't being really, with integrity, because, and really all just comes from wanting to feel that love, and feeling, maybe some people feel threatened by other people because it threatens their sense of feeling good about themselves, you know, or they fear they're going to lose someone, and then that feeling they get, that validation and love they get from that person, is going to go away, be taken away, and they're fearful of that, and it makes them do things that aren't really of the light, that aren't really out of true unconditional love. So we have to heal ourselves, guys. We have to, because it really is true. It sounds so cliche, but it's very profound, that if you don't learn to love yourself, you truly cannot genuinely love other people, unconditionally at least, because there will always be a condition on your relationships, so that you can continue to have a good feeling about yourself, or a good self-image. And you don't need any of that, because you're so beautiful, you're so precious, you're pure light, you're pure love. Just tap into that. Close your eyes, let everything go away, and just feel that you are pure love. Pure love. And you came from pure love, and you will return to pure love. So just relax and take some pressure off of the people in your life and on yourself. So I really hope you can just bask in that feeling of self-love. Hopefully I've helped you in some way. Thank you.